Warning. Tomb of Annihilation spoilers ahead. A skeletal figure wrapped in moldering robes and clutching a skull-tipped staff has appeared on the south balcony. Hateful pinpricks of white light burn in its eye sockets, and a 2-foot diameter sphere of utter darkness floats in the air beside it. Acererak the Eternal has arrived. Zayli the Ranger, Torin the Paladin, Nala the Druid, Badakas the Rogue, Zandala, Boblia, Lucanu, and Zale glare back at the Archlich, readying themselves for what will inevitably follow. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot.
I see you've done well to reach this point, puny mortals.
Oh, shut up, Acererak.
But now you will taste the true power of Acererak the Eternal.
We'll see about that. Badakas, take my strength and kill the Lich.
The trickster gods cry out in fury at the sight of Acererak, demanding his destruction and granting each of the possessed a small magical shield. This magical shield refreshes at the start of each of the possessed's turns, making them significantly harder for Acererak to kill, theoretically.
Die, Drac.
Badakas, having finally made a decision, knocks an arrow and fires it from his short bow. Acererak is standing just far enough away to be inconvenient for a short bow to hit. Because the adamantine struts fell into the lava with the ruined soulmonger, there is no path to Acererak other than by using a spell to fly. Only Zandala has a flying spell prepared, but is unwilling to sacrifice a valuable spell slot to send someone to fight the Archlich toe-to-toe without backup. As Badakas' arrow falls uselessly into the lava, Zayli steps forward, her eyes blazing with electrical energy. She cranks a pair of lightning arrows at Acererak, hitting her mark both times. While Acererak doesn't seem overly concerned by the lightning damage, Zayli has obtained his undivided attention.
Do you have any idea how long it has been since a puny mortal has mocked me? You will pay!
Acererak summons a poison cloud and dumps it on the entire party, causing them to cough and splutter. Lucanu and Zale run as far away as they dare. Remember, Lucanu and Zale do not have a trickster god to protect them from Acerek's onslaught. The party does their best to evade the poison gas cloud and return fire on Acererak, though anytime they even think about grouping up, Acererak engulfs them in another gas cloud. They're fighting against an Archlich from a 10-foot wide ledge bordered by walls and a pit of lava. Nala suddenly gets an idea to break Acerek's concentration. She focuses for a moment and a whirlwind erupts around Acererak, battering the Archlich against the walls and causing the most recent poison cloud to vanish. Acererak escapes easily, teleporting to a nearby platform.
That cheating he can dish it, but he can't take it.
Badakas had no idea I had so much gas. After what seems like an eternity of running from poison clouds and necrotic death blasts, a finally weakened Acererak holds his staff aloft.
We will meet again, fools, and on that day, you will die!
And with that, Acererak the Eternal flees. Drac, get back here and fight Badakas.
Well, that's a relief.
No kidding.
The party takes a moment to breathe. It is done. The trickster gods are satisfied with Acerek's defeat. The straw bundle breaks through everyone's thoughts with a small proclamation.
You guys did great, but now it's time for us to go.
Straw bundle motions to Clay, No Face, and Joho. The 3 children spirit dolls head to the edge of the lava pit, wave goodbye, and walk over the edge to their certain destruction. 3 small lights, the trapped children's souls, are briefly visible before they too fade upwards in a flash of light.
Bye-bye, Mr. No-Face.
I feel sad now.
I would feel sad for us. How are we going to get across?
I can fly a few people across. If we take a while to rest, I can do more.
After a very poor rest in some of the worst sleeping conditions ever, Zandala is restored and flies Lucanu across the lava pit. Lucanu vanishes into the mist door on the far side of the room. Zayli is next to cross the room, though she makes a side trip to one of 2 balconies halfway across the room that is littered with ornate objects, all inscribed with baleful sigils. Nala turns herself into a pteranodon and starts trying to fly people across the superheated abyss. She can assist some of the lighter party members, but Zale, Badakas, and Torin are way too heavy for her to manage.
My love, I need you to head to the mist door so I can get the others across.
Hold on, babe. There's some stuff here that seems concerning.
Zandala flies over to Zaylee, incredibly curious about the find.
Oh, these would appear to be phylacteries.
What?
Phylacteries. Liches use them to sustain their mortal bodies after death.
So should we throw all of them in the lava?
No, that won't do. Each phylactery has a special key it requires to allow its destruction. Throwing them in the lava might destroy them, though the ones that aren't destroyed are guaranteed to endure almost forever.
Oh, then that's a really bad idea.
Lucano suddenly emerges from the misty gateway.
There's another room beyond this door, though there are things inside the room that are quite aggravated. I don't speak their tongue or I would share more.
Zandala heads back to the platform where Torin, Zale, and Barakas are waiting. After flying the three across, Nala brings Zandala to join everyone on the now overcrowded balcony near the Misty Gate.
I want to know what this does.
The sphere of blackness so dark it looks like death?
Exactly.
Zaylee spends time racking her brains and manages to put together that the object is a sphere of annihilation.
Nala, can you wild shape again and take me back to the Phylacteries? I have an idea.
Does it involve the sphere of annihilation?
Yep.
Are you going to use it on the Phylacteries?
Yep.
Oh boy. I hope this works.
Nala transforms again into a pteranodon and flies Zaylee back to the Phylacteries.
I don't really want to ferry these back and forth, but I'm not sure how to use the sphere.
Zaylee suddenly stops as she realizes her mind is partially connected to the sphere of annihilation. She does her best to manipulate the sphere over to the balcony, if slowly. Suddenly, the spear charges straight for Zaylee's head. It stops just in front of her nose, its black emptiness staring into Zaylee's soul.
That was awful.
Barakas is glad Zaylee isn't dead, and Barakas is hungry.
Barakas, you just ate.
But Barakas needs more food.
Torin, can you help him with that, please?
Zaylee turns back to the balcony and seizes a phylactery. She faces the sphere of annihilation and hurls the phylactery into it. The phylactery vanishes into the abyssal darkness and is completely destroyed. This has the added bonus effect of destroying the Lich bound to the phylactery, as the Lich can no longer draw sustenance from the souls previously sustaining its body. Zaylee and Nala clear both balconies of phylacteries, wiping no fewer than 17 lesser archliches from existence. This will have massive consequences on the multiverse, as these liches are among the most powerful, being Acerek's disciples and all, but the party needs to focus on their present predicament before they can worry about the machinations of the greater multiverse. As they pass through the Misty Gate, the party is greeted with the sign of a chapel with dark pillars and an obsidian-colored altar. Resting on the altar is a leather bag the size of a human body, which appears to have been sewn shut. Beyond the altar, a heavy black drape hangs from an archway. 8 emaciated, green-skinned creatures are shackled to the walls of the chapel, each one gazing out of a single baleful eye. The monsters gibber and drool as they shake their manacles, eager to be set free.
Moa whispers to Zaylee, "Girl, we should go free those shackled creatures."
The creatures chained to the walls call out in Undercommon.
Free us! Free us!
How? Who are you?
We are Acererak's imprisoned and yearn to be set free. We mean you and your companions no harm.
How do we free you?
Do you have any roast chicken?
Break the manacles! There is no food here.
Manacles? That sounds horrible to Barakas. Being locked up with no food.
Tell us about it. We were left here to die when the Death God realizes its potential.
Who's the Death God?
The one who dominates the chamber from whence you came.
Death God? Is he made out of flesh? Can Barakas eat him?
Big, black, malformed.
Oh, the Death God is dead.
So, well done, eh?
You killed it? The master will not be pleased.
Your master?
We were once disciples of Acererak the Eternal. He shunned us when we were no longer able to study under him.
Are you still his disciples?
We are fodder for his former death god. He no longer has our allegiance. Please free us.
So you wouldn't be mad if we maimed him?
Not at all, young one.
Barakas can only pledge allegiance to the one who has the most roast chicken, but Barakas can help, as long as Barakas can keep the fingers.
Fingers?
Barakas likes to keep the fingers of bad guys, like a trophy prize.
We are not your enemy, tiefling.
Okay, but Barakas wants Death God fingers. That sounds awesome.
That was nice. Now release us. Please and thank you!
Zaylee turns to the group, who have watched the exchange with concerned looks.
We're going to let these guys loose. They're no friends of Acererak and have been trapped here.
I'll help.
Me too.
The party quickly frees the trapped creatures, who wander quietly about the room, muttering to themselves. They are harmless, if a little weird. Barakas suddenly notices the fleshy bag on top of the altar and walks over to it. Barakas would like to make bags like this.
Out of human flesh?
Barakas will start Barakas's collection with this bag.
Alright. Just help me get it down and let's cut it open. Carefully.
Zaylee joins Barakas and Nala in pulling the body in the human flesh bag onto the floor behind the altar, unintentionally blocking it from the rest of the party's sight. After Nala carefully cuts the bag open, they find a rather unremarkable man whose hand is coated in a thin layer of frost. This hand bears a gold ring that resonates an incredibly evil power. This is the Ring of Winter, an ancient, evil artifact that Artisimber, a person of good, is trying to keep from falling into the wrong hands. Something Zandala the Deceiver has pursued almost single-mindedly since the start of this adventure, and she would do anything to possess it. Anything.
My love, did you find something in the flesh bag?
Zandala has been searching the room, though Barakas's, Nala's, and Zaylee's sudden disappearance has led everyone to generally gravitate towards the altar. Zandala is the closest, causing Nala and Barakas to panic. Zaylee is strangely calm, though she has had to contend with potentially killing her girlfriend for most of this adventure.
What do? I think we should yell to Torin, you silence Zandala, and we get the jump on her before she figures out what's happening.
Barakas would like the world to not end.
Let me deal with her, guys.
If you're sure. We'll back you up. Barakas, get ready to attack.
Barakas will attack at random.
No, Barakas, get ready to attack Zandala.
Zandala is almost to the altar, close enough that she can see part of the split human flesh bag.
Zandala, here's your chance to prove to me that what you said in the planetarium is true. The Ring of Winter is on the other side of that altar, presumably on the hand of Artisimber.
Zandala had opened her mouth to speak, but is now deathly quiet. Internally, there is a battle between obsession and something else. Zandala slowly walks around the altar and gazes longingly at the ring. Nala tightens her focus on a spell, while Barakas's knuckles are off-white from gripping his weapons. To almost everyone's surprise, Zandala sighs and mutters,
It had better be worth it.
It will be, my love. I'm proud of you.
Let us momentarily return to the planetarium, where Zandala was electrocuted by the sphere she sat in. Zandala was knocked unconscious by the lightning damage that occurred when the Nikoloth broke out of the moon orbiting the control console. However, during that time, Zandala was taken to the court of Pelor. You know this. What you don't know is what Pelor imparted to her.
Your current path in life will lead to your death, little one. Should you avert your eyes from dark ambition, the light is also a path to power.
Zaylee was the only one who knew what was said, but was unsure if Zandala had truly changed. There's something to be said about words directly from a god. Their knowledge of events is rather undeniable.
I can only hope it's worth it.
It will be.
Thank Apollo we didn't have to kill her.
Barakas is also glad we don't have to kill the girlfriend of Zaylee, but Barakas is hungry again.
Zandala turns to Nala, Torin, and Barakas, and confesses what she told Zaylee much earlier in the adventure. All the lies, all the deception, everything. She asks for forgiveness and a chance to prove herself, which the others allow, if hesitantly.
This is sweet, though I'd really like to leave. Oh yeah, we are kind of stuck here, aren't we?
Can you ask one of your one-eyed friends if they know how to get out?
Hey, how do we get out of here?
Mind the bones just beyond the curtain!
What about Artis?
Oh yeah, he needs holy water to wake up.
It's my last vial, but let's wake him up and get out of here. Torin splashes Artisimber with a vial of holy water, and the latter wakes with a start. We're friends, Artis. Just keep quiet for now, and I'll explain everything as we get you out of here. Zaylee walks into a hallway that has several tiled paths of different colors. There's a skeleton pointing to an archway that contains a solid wall, though the one-eyed creatures have been true to their word thus far. Zaylee walks straight to the archway and discovers the wall is actually a secretly hidden door. She shoves it open and is blasted by a glyph of warding, taking a massive amount of cold damage.
That little just had to do it, didn't he? Just had to.
Are you okay?
I will be. Come on, guys. There's a pool in here and I could use some help checking for the way out.
The rest of the party shuffles down the hall, though only Barakas, Nala, and Torin join Zayli in the newly opened room. The main feature of the room is a pool that glistens with dark ooze, and which has small, perfectly round stones lining its lip.
Barakas would like some ooze.
Barakas dips a vial into the ooze pool, though it comes up clean.
Ah, bad pool. Give Barakas your ooze.
Barakas accidentally knocks one of the round stones into the pool, and an obelisk rises from the depth, eerily resembling the obelisk outside the front of the tomb.
Well, that's sketchy as f.
I can summon some spiders to try it. If they get fried, we'll try something else.
Nala summons a pair of giant spiders and commands them to touch the obelisk. The spiders vanish the second their legs touch the obelisk, though at least they don't dissolve in a pile of ash. That's not reassuring.
I don't know what to do.
Barakas would touch the obelisk.
Suspicious duck!
Barakas, we don't know if it's dangerous.
But Nala's spiders were fine.
If you touch it, it's your funeral.
I'll touch it if you do, Barakas.
Torin, don't encourage him.
Barakas leans over the pool and taps the obelisk, vanishing from sight. Torin follows suit, also vanishing.
Nala, we'd better go bail them out of whatever they got into.
Slowly, but surely, all of the party members touch the obelisk and vanish. They are greeted by a blast of fresh air and sunlight as they re-emerge from the Tomb of the Nine Gods, standing next to the large, black obelisk that stands like a sentinel in front of the tomb's entrance.
Oh, thank Balinor.
Apollo be praised.
Bless Bahamut. The sun feels nice.
Barakas can go hunting again. So long, meatless bones.
Guys, we need to get to the slaves.
Oh, you're right. The party hurries back to the ruined palace, where they find half of the 60 slaves still alive. The forbidden city of Omu is still dangerous, though camping through the night is uneventful. Zayli gets her rod of security back, and the party starts the process of wind-walking slaves to Port Nyanzaru. Keshma, as promised, teleports most of the slaves to Port Nyanzaru, making the entire affair much easier. Yes, Keshma hung back for most of the last battle and the investigation of the tomb's final areas. Who can say why? Perhaps she grew tired of the shenanigans. Keshma departs for the elemental plane of Earth. Artist Simbur leaves the party somewhere near Port Nyanzaru, and Nala manages to reincarnate the dead party members. Orvexochromis is now a high elf. Talad the Drow is now a stout halfling. And Pox, the doppelganger, is now a regular human being. None of the three are outwardly pleased with their reincarnated forms, but deep down they are grateful that Nala brought them back to life. Syndra Sylvain is being resurrected at this very moment, though the party has one last itty-bitty, teensy-weensy matter to attend to. Salida.
You haven't seen Salida the Guide lately, have you?
Afraid you just missed it by about 30 minutes, friend. Would you care to leave a message for her?
Nope. Nala, is she telling the truth?
From what I can tell. Thanks for your time.
Zayli tosses the barkeeper a silver on her way out and begins to pick up Salida's trail.
Tally-ho! The hunt begins.
Salida is finally found on an overlook near the ocean. With no hesitation, Zayli opens fire with arrows. Salida heaves herself over the wall and into the ocean, trying to swim away. Zayli coolly activates her death spear and yeets it. The spear strikes Salida in the back and snaps her spine. As Salida slowly reduces to ash, Zayli summons her spear back to her hands, and the party heads over to Wakanga Atamu's house for Syndra Sylvain and their rewards. Nala receives a ring of animal friendship. Zayli receives a belt of giant strength so she can flex on Torin. Torin receives a ring of fireballs for that paladin AoE, and Barakas receives a decanter of horrific smells. The party is returned to Peaceland, courtesy of Syndra Sylvain, for some much-needed rest. Indeed, they should rest while they can, as the Red Wizards of Thay are no doubt looking for revenge, while some other nefarious plots are hatched on the horizon. Thank you all for coming on this incredible journey with us. While Tomb of Annihilation is over, the adventures are just beginning. Join us next time when my players pick an adventuring guild to join and are troubled by multiple powerful forces. Be on the lookout for a trailer for the next module. I'm sure you'll find it satisfying. One last thing, please consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. I really appreciate your support through all of this, and my lovely patrons ensure that I can keep making these wonderful campaign stories and compendium entries. You'll find a link to do just that in the description below. Any amount helps. Also, if you could please share this video with your friends across social media and encourage anyone you play Dungeons & Dragons with to come subscribe, I would be eternally grateful. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a comment letting me know what you think of the ending, and make sure to hit that like button. And if you made it this long without doing so, please subscribe right now. Take good care of yourselves, and as usual, I'll see you all next time.